Well, as the teams enter the pitch, this is how Gateshead line up for their National League game against Aldershot Town. It's Ainsley Pears in goal, Robbie Tinkler, the captain Scott Barrow, Jack Hunter, Fraser Kerr, Mike Williamson, Greg Ollie, Steve Rigg, John Mellish, Tom White and Scott Bowden. And the Gateshead bench is this: Mark Foden, Connor Thompson, Luke Armstrong, J.J. O'Donnell and Luke Molyneux. And the And today's highlights are brought to you in association with Tyre Spot as well. Well, Gateshead in their white strips with black shorts with a little bit of black trim on the top, and Aldershot, if you can remember the game Sensible Soccer, their strip is a classic Sensible Soccer strip. It's got the blue sleeves, the red body, blue shorts and red socks. It's a classic football shirt. And Aldershot normally have a white shorts, if I remember, in the past, but they're all blue at the moment. So it's going to be an interesting game. Just to run back through that Aldershot Town side, it is Will Mannion in goal, Lewis Kinsella, Adam McDonnell, George Fowler, the captain Scott Rendell, Matt McClure, Jake Gallagher, Regan Booty, Marvin McCoy, Adam May and Gabriel Osho. And the bench is Jake Cole, Samir Fenlon, Luke Howell, Luke Wanaduyo and Josh Leland. So if there's any statisticians out there remember the name Josh Leland, I'm sure he scored for us as well on debut. Was it? He might have been on loan from, I'm sure it was Derby. We will find out as the game goes on. But yep, just waiting for Scott Barrow to go up for the coin toss, and we'll find out which we are shooting. And one of our listeners, Mickey Barris, is rolling pastry for chicken and leek pies. How the other half live. And as we mentioned before, J.J. O'Donnell scoring from the halfway line. If you have a look on social media, just type in J.J. O'Donnell halfway line, you'll find it. It's a magnificent strike, a cheeky effort as we said in the commentary. But Gateshead are going to be shooting from right to left, and Aldershot Town, as we speak, their players are in a huddle just next to the centre circle, and a team that is looking to continue their run of form. But so are Gateshead. As we start the day, we are lying 7th in the playoffs. Can we continue that good run of form? Let's see if we can. And yes, and just I was about to mention that in the commentary as well. It's 3 years ago today, Mick Thornton, chairman of the Supporters Club, Gateshead mad, lovely man, friend of the podcast, friend of everybody that was a Gateshead fan, who sadly passed away 3 years ago today. And we hope you're looking down, Mick, and hope you're enjoying what you're seeing from Gateshead this season. As Gateshead have kicked off, and Mellish has headed the ball forward towards Rigg, and Rigg wins the header. Scott Bowden brings it down, isn't able to control, and May manages to come back to pass it to Kinsella on the far side, and the ball's played forward by Fowler, and it's went out of play on the left hand side for Aldershot, halfway into Gateshead's half. So say they are a 4-2-3-1 formation, Aldershot, and reliably informed by the BBC counterpart here, so hopefully that is right, and we'll be able to bring you all the information and the players in the right positions as we go along. And Erin Pinkerton has put good afternoon, listening in, hoping for a great, I think that's going to be a result, as Robbie Tinkler takes a throw in just inside his own half. It's headed in back towards Robbie Tinkler, and I think that's going to go out again roughly in the same place where Robbie took the the throw in from. So another throw into Gateshead. Robbie Tinkler in the sun on the far side of the pitch. Launches the ball forward. Fowler goes up for the header, manages to get it far, but only as far as Jack Hunter, who managed to get it to a Gateshead shirt, and Robbie Tinkler plays it off. McClure on the left hand side there, and it is a throw in to Gateshead. So Robbie Tinkler dries his hands on his shirt, and he's about to give this one some volley right into the Aldershot half. It's headed clear, but Tom White goes up for the header, didn't quite get there, and hoofed forward by Gallagher. It was. It's Bowden and Rigg battling for the ball up front as ever. It's always scrappy in the first few moments, and Gateshead trying to get a hold of the ball as Robbie Tinkler plays it off. Kinsella on the far side for a throw in. It's quickly taken. As Greg Ollie plays it to Bowden. Bowden back to Greg Ollie. He's on the edge of the box and it took off his foot all the way to the goalkeeper, and it's cleared by Mannion. John Mellish heads it forward, but only as far as a Aldershot shirt. As McCoy plays it forward. It's ended up with Booty in midfield and tries to play a crossfield ball to Kinsella. He's got there, and Kinsella safety first and plays it back to Fowler, who drives forward with the ball. Plays it out to Kinsella on the halfway line. Jack Hunter's there to intercept the ball, and Gateshead tried to come away with it, but it's intercepted and it's been hoofed across goal there for Ainsley Pears to pluck out the air, and we'll see if Gateshead can build from the back here. As Pears, he was going to roll it out there, now he's pushing the team up the pitch. As he takes his kick out of his hands, goes straight into Greg Ollie's feet and wasn't able to control it that well there. Now McCoy, the right back for Aldershot, plays the ball forward looking for a run, and that's going to go all the way out for a goal kick to Gateshead. Ainsley Pears is going to take this goal kick here. Ainsley Pears taking his time. All the players have come across towards the left hand side of the pitch here in front of the dugouts to receive the ball. It's come over and it's going to go straight out and straight into the Aldershot dugout there. Throw into Aldershot just inside their own half. McCoy takes the throw in. Mellish managed to head it clear, but Aldershot managed to pick it up as Booty plays it across to Kinsella. Kinsella cuts inside it, didn't manage to keep the ball, but somehow finds its way back to a Aldershot search, and Booty on the plays it into the centre. He's waiting for the overlap there, and that was fantastic covering play by Jack Hunter, who comes away with the ball now, tries to play it to Bowden on the left hand side, and it's went out for a throw in just in front of the Gateshead dugout. It's McCoy. He's looking for a red and blue shirt. He goes long towards the edge of the box, and Mike Williamson's there to head it out of danger, and it's a throw into Aldershot Town. And McCoy is going to take a long one here. He's onto the running track. As he launches it into the box, Mike Williamson heads that ball clear, but only as far as a Aldershot shirt. Booty plays it back to Osho to Fowler, back inside the Aldershot half. He's going to play it out to Kinsella on the left hand side, who slips, but he manages to get back up to get the ball, and it's played back to Osho, but Rigg is under pressure there, and it's the ball's going to fall for Greg Ollie. Sorry, it wasn't Ollie, it was Bowden, but it's still with Gateshead now as Scott Barrow has it on left hand side, plays it back to John Mellish, and Mellish does well just to turn his man and play it calmly to Mike Williamson, who plays it back to Ainsley Pears. He plays the ball forward looking for Tinkler. Tinkler's beaten in the air, but Williamson's there to clear the ball. It plays a first time ball for Rigg to try and run onto, but Osho's there to clear it, but Rigg's done well. He comes away with the ball. He's on the right hand side, crosses the ball into the box. It's too high, it's too deep, and it went behind for a goal kick, but Rigg didn't give up there and showed Osho a clean pair of heels, but unfortunately the delivery just wasn't there, and it's a goal kick to Aldershot Town with 6 minutes just gone now. So it's not too bad, and the Gateshead fans, you heard there, getting behind their side there, liking what they're seeing. So hopefully the atmosphere builds, and so does Gateshead's pressure as Mike Williamson heads the ball forward. Osho heads it out to McCoy. McCoy has to bring the ball down. He's under pressure from Bowden. I think he's played it off Bowden, and that is going to be a throw-in to Aldershot just in front of their own dugout. As the ball boy was a little bit limp-wristed there, he didn't get the ball over the dugout, and he's going to have to chase it because it's bounced away. But yes, and I think we have a tweet. Let's have a little look here. Perrin is put, I'm okay, I'm up, Canadian Supporters Club checking in. I'll be yelling for JJ O'Donnell to shoot no matter when he gets the ball, when he comes on later. Well, I certainly hope so, as Bowden and Rigg are making life difficult for Booty, the midfield player, and Tom White puts it out for a throw in. He was appealing for the ball himself, but I think it comes straight off him, to be fair. And throw in to Aldershot, right in front of their own manager, and it's McCoy, the left back with the pink boots, puts it forward. It's headed inward by Rendell, but Jack Hunter is doing well, but the ball is cleared by Robbie Tinkler. There was a couple of red and blue shirts there trying to get onto the ball, but Fowler heads the ball out to Kinsella on the left hand side. Kinsella plays a first time ball forward for the run of McClure. McClure, he was offside. He did bring the ball down well in the box and managed to turn, but the flag went up. But that's a dangerous ball Gateshead are going to have to watch out for from Kinsella there down the left hand side.
7 minutes.
Well, just having a little look, there has been a goal and a couple of goals in the National League. AFC Fylde are winning 1-0 away to Maidenhead, and Solihull are winning 1-0 away to Maidstone United. So there's some goals there. We'll keep you updated as the afternoon goes on. And Ollie went up for a header, and it was managed to be cleared by Aldershot, and Fraser Kerr's down there with Rendell, and he's seen that out for a throw-in to Gateshead. I think this is probably the 5th game in a row we've had this back three start for Gateshead, and doesn't take a genius to say that coincides with the good run of form that Gateshead are on at the moment as well. You know, it's having the composure and stability at the back consistently is paying dividends for Gateshead, as Jack Hunter tries to get the ball there, and Mellish managed to clear it, and Hunter was judged to have fouled the player there, and Aldershot have a free kick here about 40 yards out on the left hand side of centre, should we say. So the big lads going up for Aldershot. Fowler's up there, Osho's up there, Rendell of course, Gallagher, all on the edge of the box. Referee, they want the ball moved back. I think the ball must have moved in the wind there, but say 10 minutes in, set piece was whipped into the box, and well, a bit of a wasted one. It went for a shot, he didn't get much power on it, easy for Pears to pick up at his near post, and well, Pears looks to distribute the ball. Rendell closing down his options, forcing Pears to kick this out of his hands on the edge of the box, and that's going to go straight out of play for a throw-in to Aldershot on the far side, as Kinsella is going to take this throw-in. Forward, and
good company, of course.
Mike Williamson managed to head that away as Greg Ollie turns, tries to play the ball down the line but dispossessed, and Aldershot having to play it all the way back to Fowler, who pings it forward only for Robbie Tinkler to find Bowden, who gives it to Rigg. Rigg gives it to Ollie, and Ollie's ball inside was picked up by the midfield of Aldershot Town. A little bit scrappy there, but McCoy brings the ball forward and under pressure from Barrow, and Barrow puts it out for a throw-in to Aldershot. Wow. Throw-in taking their ball, trying to be pinged through towards McClure there, and there's a foul on. It's on Tom White there, so that's a free kick. And we've got this train Terminators tweeted us. They put, listening from my bedroom. I'm back from Chile, but sadly 3 flights and 16 hours later will always win. 16 hours in the air. He must be tired. So, but fantastic tackle there by Robbie Tinkler. Manages to play the ball forward, and unfortunately didn't find out pick a Gateshead player out there. And Booty give it to Kinsella, and Kinsella puts it in there. Another offside decision, and it was McConnell. That was McDonald. Sorry, was offside there. And the left and right wingers, or attacking wingers, for Aldershot are proving to be a little bit of a handful at the moment. Switching sides there, and there's been another couple of goals in the game at Solihull. It's Maidstone 1, Solihull 2 now. So, well, John Mellish plays it to Barrow. Barrow plays a ball down the line to Tom White, who was pushed down, and he's won a free kick about 4 yards from down the line from the Aldershot dugout. And he's holding his buttock there, walking away. Quickly taken by Barrow to Ollie. Ollie's got Barrow on the overlap if he needs him. Gives it to Barrow. Barrow whips a ball in. He's going towards the centre spot, and Bowden got up there, but it just skimmed off the top of his head, and Kinsella keeps it in on the far side and drives forward down the line. Plays it into May. May turns, plays it to Osho. Osho's going to play it to McCoy. So McCoy has space to run into down the left hand side, but plays a crossfield ball looking for McClure. McClure was pushed by Robbie Tinkler. I thought he might have got away with that, but the referee has pulled him up for that, and it's about 8 yards from the corner of the box. This is a dangerous position, and we'll have to see what happens here as the big men are forward. Rendell, we don't have to tell you about him. He's a goal scorer in this at this level, and so he's got some big central defenders coming up to join him as well in this attack. You've got Fowler, you've got Osho, you've got Gallagher there as well, so we'll have to see how this ball is delivered into the box. Right. Number 23, May, about to take the free kick. Referee blows his whistle. Here it comes. It's in, and that's another poor one, and Inzi Perez had to make a save. I thought it was a poor one. He must have went for his shot there, and they caught the keeper off guard. I thought at first he hadn't got the connection because it went low, and Perez did well, and he rolls the ball out to Mellish. Mellish has cleared that ball, and it's went straight out of play. Gateshead just maybe look a little bit rattled here at the minute. We haven't got our passing game going at this moment in time, as Osho has the ball inside his own half, halfway inside his own half, under pressure from Bowden. Bowden plays it back to Mannion. Mannion plays a crossfield ball looking for Kinsella. Kinsella tried to head it down, but he didn't do very well, as Tinkler plays the ball through to Bowden, but Osho read it well and managed to clear up there, as Jack Hunter does a fantastic tackle, gives it to Ollie. Ollie turns his man. He's got Barrow on the left hand side if he needs him. He's going to play it through to Bowden. It's come back to Rigg. Rigg on the edge of the box, under pressure from two players. He's still got the ball, Rigg, and Rigg, he's lost it and lost his footing as well, and it's cleared by Kinsella, but only as far as Kerr to Tinkler. Tinkler turns, plays it down the line, finds Rigg. Rigg is on the far side. Can he turn? He's under pressure from Fowler. He gives it to Tinkler on the overlap. Tinkler whips it in, and Bowden was coming in, but it was Booty managed to head that clear, and Aldershot still haven't got the ball outside of the box. It's been cleared now up towards the far side, and Mike Williamson lays that header, goes all the way through to Pears, but that's a little bit better from Gateshead. It's what we want to see, applying more pressure around the final third. So 15 minutes gone here at Gateshead International Stadium. It's Gateshead 0, Aldershot Town 0. National League action being brought to you live on the Heed Army podcast, as Pears kicks the ball up the pitch. Rigg battling underneath, he manages to turn, and Greg Ollie picks up the ball, gives it to Tom White. Tom White turns himself and gives it to Barrow on the left hand side. Barrow needs some support, and Barrow crosses it in there, and Bowden, he had a free header, but he just rocketed it over the bar, and so Gateshead are starting to get the ball into the box in more dangerous areas now. It's the second one in 2 minutes. I think the manager will be happy with what he's seen in the last few minutes from Gateshead. He might not be happy that it took the best part of 16 minutes to happen for Gateshead to start to find their feet in this game. It's John Mellish and Tom White battle with the ball, and Tom White went down very easy there. I thought he was expecting the foul, and McCoy is going to take this through in here, just in front of the Gateshead dugout.
Deal did come through eventually, but 17 players in the meantime.
As McCoy plays the ball forward, trying to find.
One person who didn't go, Steve Watson, ball goes behind him.
Tried to find McConnell there. Sorry about that. I was trying to find the player's name, it escaped us, but it went out for a goal kick there to Gateshead. And Pears just places the ball down. See, the sun is still shining on the pitch. Most of the pitch is bathed in sunshine, apart from the shadow of the Tyne-and-Wear stand, which covers about a quarter of the pitch at this moment in time. As Pears, the wind must be really taking effect there, because the ball just nosedived into the Gateshead dugout there from that goal kick, so it's a bit windier than what maybe I would have thought from the way things look out there at the moment. McCoy tried to give it to Gallagher. Gallagher couldn't control it, and Greg Holly plays a quick through ball there for Tom White to try and run onto, but Osho was there to clear up, and Booty's put the ball across to Kinsella on the far side, who's going to play a crossfield ball looking for the run of Rendell, but it was too close to the goalkeeper, and Rendell was happy with that. He gave his approval for that ball, but the delivery just wasn't there. But they are going to try and hit us quick on the break. That is their tactic. They want to get that ball out to the wide positions and launch it into the box, and that has become more and more apparent as the game goes on. But Gateshead have a throw in halfway inside their own half on the far side, and Robbie Tinkler launches it forward. It's going to come back to Tinkler. He brings it down now. He launches it up in the air. Can Bowden chase this down with Osho? He can. Osho has to head it out for a throw into Gateshead, level with the corner of the box. So let's see what Gateshead can do from this set piece. Robbie Tinkler lays it off to Fraser Kerr, who's under pressure from Rendell. He has to turn on himself. He's going to play it back to Mike Williamson. Every player inside Aldershot half part from the goalkeeper, but Mellish beats two players, finds Tom White. Tom White gets it back from Rigg, gives it to, he's got Barrow here on the left hand side for support. Barrow plays it forward for the run of Rigg. Rigg has the ball. He's back to goal. He has to, towards the corner flag. He plays it all the way back to Tom White. Tom White under pressure. Tom White, is he going to be able to turn? He's still on the ball, and he has to play it all the way back to Pears there. He didn't have the outlet he wanted, and Gateshead build again from the back as Williamson plays it back to Pears. Now Pears has launched this up the centre of the pitch, and it's Jack Hunter picked up the loose ball there. It's an interception, and Greg Ollie's now on the ball. He's got Rigg in front of him. He's got space to run into himself, and Ollie shoots, and it goes off Osho's heels, but Greg Ollie's still got the ball. He scores! He carried on his run. He picked up the loose ball from in the middle of Osho's feet, and he lashes it into the back of the net, and it's Gateshead 1, Aldershot Town 0. And the Tyne Weir stand just erupted there when Ollie kept going and he scored. And I thought, a lot of people thought he was going to lay that off to Rigg, who was just running in front of him. But Greg Ollie, he had the skill, he had the determination, and now he's got a goal. And Gateshead fans loving that one as well. So 20 minutes gone, Gateshead 1, Aldershot Town 0. Well, just grabbing my composure from that one, because that was a lovely bit of play by Gateshead. Greg Ollie running onto the ball, and he worked his socks off for that one, deserved it, as Scott Barrow picks up a loose ball from Rendell, gives it to Bowden. Bowden on the halfway line has to play it back to Mike Williamson. Mike Williamson plays it across the defence to Fraser Kerr. Tinkler didn't control it that well, but thought it was going to fall to Jack Hunter, but Jack Hunter goes in for a tackle, didn't get there. The ball's played across to McDonald. McDonald's on the right hand side here, right at the corner flag. He's got Tom White with him, harassing him. Tom White does well, wins the ball, but he also gives away a throw in, and this is a throw in just down next to the corner flag for Aldershot. McCoy, the man to take the throw in. Taking his time, and now he takes it. He finds May, back to McCoy to McDonald. McDonald whips the ball in towards the far post, and it just curls out of play, and it is a goal kick to Gateshead. But that was some fantastic stuff from Gateshead on that last attack that led to the goal, and got to be Greg Ollie. Now he started the season off in style with that lob, and the lad just keeps getting better and better. Great. Ainsley Pears urges his teammates to get forward as he takes this goal kick. And the wind must have dropped, because this one has pinged right into the Aldershot half as Rigg heads it on, trying to get it to Bowden. Osho come through, and Bowden picks up the loose ball. Greg Ollie plays a first time ball through for the run of Bowden and Rigg, but it's intercepted by Kinsella, and Kinsella pushes Ollie off the ball. Now Kinsella has Ollie back there for company, and making life hard, and well done, Greg Ollie there. He managed to put the pressure on Kinsella, and Gateshead have the ball here. Bowden in the centre circle. Tom White lays it out to Scott Barrow on the left hand side. He's got McCoy for company, and he plays it off McCoy, and Gateshead have a throw in here. 15 yards inside the Aldershot half. It's passed back to Mellish on the halfway line. Passes it back to Barrow. Barrow looks forward, looking for a prudent ball. Picks out Rigg. Rigg back to Barrow. Barrow plays it to Bowden. Bowden did the dummy there, but unfortunately the Aldershot defender behind him read that as well. Now Mayers on the ball. Plays it out to Kinsella on the far side as he drives up the left hand flank. He's wanting some company there, and Fraser Kerr does well to pick up the run of McClure, get the ball up the pitch as Rigg tries to battle for the header, and it falls to Greg Ollie, who's running over the halfway line. Gives it to Rigg on the right hand side. He's got the overlap from Tinkler if he needs it. Gives it to Tinkler. Can Tinkler whip the ball in? He plays a low one here. Bowden manages to lay the ball off to Rigg. Rigg's on the edge of the box. Can he get... Rigg's got it stuck underneath his feet. He gives it to Tom White. Tom White can see Robbie Tinkler on the far side, who nods it back into the action. It's still not clear, and Rigg, is he onside? He's offside. He tries to go for the overhead kick, and Gateshead really starting to turn the screw here now since they got that goal. They've got the bit between the teeth and they're going for it. It's fantastic to see. And just having a little look around the National League, scores at the moment, well, Barnet are winning 1-0 away to Barrow. Braintree are winning 1-0 at home to Dover. Wrexham are winning 1-0 away to Chesterfield. Leyton Orient are 2-0 up against Havant Waterloo. Fylde are winning 1-0 against 10 men Maidenhead, and it's still 2-1 to Solihull at Maidstone United. And I think that was McClure trying to keep the ball in there, and it's running for a goal kick to Gateshead. So 24 minutes, well 25 minutes just about to go here at Gateshead Stadium, and it's not bad, is it, at the minute? Gateshead 1, Aldershot Town 0. And we have another message, listening all the way from sunny but cold in Dunstan. Thanks for the commentary. Can't make many matches this season due to my many assignments to do. Away the Heat. Let's keep working towards that 50-point mark and take it from there. Well, let's just keep taking each game as it comes and playing to our best, and that's what we're doing at the moment. But a lot of football still to be played this afternoon as Greg Ollie gets the ball from Jack Hunter. Unfortunately, Ollie was pushed off the ball there. McDonnell tries to lob the ball over, but Hunter heads the ball down and picks out Rigg. Rigg back to Hunter. Hunter out to Barrow on the left hand side. He tries to play the ball past McCoy, didn't get there, and Osho clears the ball, and that's going to be a throw into Gateshead just in front of the Aldershot dugout. Well, maybe a little bit further forward. I think the Gateshead have been a bit fortunate where that ball's went out. Scott Barrow dries the ball on his shirt. The Welsh Jesus, he's looking for a white shirt. He wants some support. He finds Jack Hunter. Jack Hunter's closed down by May, but Hunter does well to try and win the ball back as Rendell plays the ball to McDonnell. McDonnell's going to have to play this across to Kinsella on the far side. It isn't Kinsella, sorry. It is Booty, who's found himself at the back on the left hand side. Plays the ball forward, but he plays it off Ollie. Now Ollie drives forward with the ball. He's halfway inside the half. He's got Rigg to the right. He passes it to Rigg. Can Rigg get a ball back across? He can, and it goes straight across goal and out for a goal kick. But Gateshead, they're really starting to find their form when they're moving forward. As I say, Aldershot don't like it when we're running at them. Well, a second goal might kill these off, says Mickey Barris. Perrinus, but great start from the lads. Keep the pressure on and finish them off. One more before half time. Well, let's hope we can, as it is Booty plays it across to Fowler. Fowler gives it to Kinsella. Back to Booty. Booty plays it back to Mannion, the goalkeeper, who's in all orange today. Orange boots as well. And he pumps the ball up, and that is going to go all the way out for a throw-in, level with the corner of the box on the far side for Gateshead in their own half. And well, for me, I thought Aldershot started the game the first 10 minutes maybe a bit more on top, not massively, but things were starting to come off for them a little bit. And but now, since that goal, Gateshead look more comfortable and they're passing the ball about and picking up a lot of loose balls in midfield and forcing mistakes from Aldershot. Long may that continue, but at the moment it's Gateshead 1, Aldershot Town 0. The goal through Greg Ollie through his own determination as Hunter has the ball, plays it off Kinsella for a throw-in to Gateshead just inside their own half. And
often in football, Alan, the first 5 or 10 minutes you look at the team and you get a feel.
Robbie Tinkler, the man to take this.
Doesn't look right to me, and I don't know why that is. It is a lot.
Plays the ball forward for the run of Rigg to get onto. Fowler has to head that out, and it comes off Greg Ollie off Kinsella. So unfortunately we didn't capitalise on that one, but still a long way to go. Well, it's going to be Kinsella on the far side. He's going to be taking this one. Well, now gets out of a throw in on the far side. Robbie Tinkler, who's going to be taking this one. Robbie Tinkler launches this one forward down the right hand side, but it's headed back, but only as far as Tinkler. And Tinkler trying to play it off one of their players to go for a throw in, and Rendell manages to chest the ball down, and it's played across the defence. Now Osho plays it to McCoy, who's on the halfway line, back to Osho. Osho having to play back to McCoy, and McCoy's under pressure from Scott Barrow, and Scott Barrow's not letting McCoy think, and McCoy's having to play that forward and puts it out for a throw in to Gateshead that Mellish is going to take now. No, he isn't. He's going to pass it down the line to Barrow, because that's where it went out. So the Gateshead fans in full voice at the moment. There's the balls with Barrow just in front of the dugout. Plays the ball forward. Bowden tries to head the ball on, but finds its way to McCoy. McCoy passed it back to Mannion. Mannion clears the ball at the pitch. Mike Williamson with a powerful header there above McClure, and it's went out for a throw into Aldershot halfway inside the Gateshead half. And this has been a good display by Gateshead in the last 10 minutes. As Gallagher plays it across to Booty. Booty turns, gives it to Fowler. Fowler's on the halfway line now. He's having to turn back inside. Gateshead not letting them pass the ball with ease, as Booty has to play it all the way back to Mannion. Oh, and there was a slip by Mellish there, but Rendell couldn't control it, and Kerr plays it to Williamson, who has to go back to cover. Mellish, lovely little layoff to Barrow when he's under pressure, and Bowden, he's got Osho all over his back, and that's a free kick to Gateshead just in front of their own dugout. And Gateshead really are just, making life very hard for Aldershot Town. And it's 2-0 now to AFC Fylde at Maidenhead. Mellish pumps the ball forward. Osho clips the ball back. McDonald picks it up. McDonald plays the ball through to McClure. McClure got a good first touch, but there's just too much on it, and Pear's there to clear it up and hoofs it up the pitch. Fowler going up with Ollie, but comes off Fowler, and May picks it up, gives it to Kinsella on the halfway line, plays it back into May. May pings the ball through for the run of McDonald, and that goes straight into the hands of Ainsley Pears, who throws the ball out to Barrow, who's turned and played the ball down the line to Bowden. Bowden just couldn't control it there, and it went out, but that was a lovely bit of play by Gateshead, who are really, really looking to get another goal here before half time, it looks like. But an enjoyable game so far. Well, McCoy receives the ball from Rendell on the left. He plays it inside to McDonald. McDonald plays it back to McCoy. McCoy plays it back to Osho. Osho having to turn, play the ball down the centre of the pitch to McDonald. McDonald plays it to May. May, who's dropped deeper in recent minutes in the game. It's out to Kinsella on the left hand side. Kinsella plays it up the line to McClure. McClure back to Kinsella. Kinsella plays it inside to McClure, and well, Gateshead managed to intercept the ball, and Tom White gives it to Rigg. Rigg had to play it all the way back through to Fraser Kerr, who put it out to Tinkler. Tinkler plays a first time ball forward. Can Rigg get there? But no, Fowler's there to head the ball forward. But only as far as Rigg, who chests it down. Was he fouled? No, he's kept the ball. Rigg on the right hand side. He's got Tom White for company. Gives it to Tom White, who's on the out far on the line. Goes down towards the corner flag and he wins the corner for his troubles. And it's a corner to Gateshead on the far side. An enjoyable game so far if you're from a Gateshead persuasion. Scotty Barrow, the captain, is going over there to take this corner. Well, he's played it to Greg Ollie. Back to Barrow. Barrow goes to the corner of the box. He crosses one, goes for his shot, and Fraser Kerr hasn't tried to get his shot off. It's felt to Rigg. Bowden, can Bowden finish? He can! It was a scrappy goal, but they all count. And Scott Barrow just pokes it past Mannion into the corner to make it 2-0 to Gateshead. It was a corner that was played short to Ollie, back out to Barrow. Barrow drove to the corner of the box. He whipped one in. It then bounced about the box. And there was Scott Bowden just to poke it home. And that sends the Gateshead fans into raptures here. And they are very happy and content going into half time, as it's 2-0 at the moment on 34 minutes. Well, Gateshead, you are beautiful. You're really turning it on for us this season. No matter what happens, you've done us proud, no matter what. But the season's not over yet. Dare we believe for a playoff push? We wait with bated breath as McCoy takes a throw in just in front of the Gateshead dugout. He finds McConnell. Sorry, it was Gallagher. Gallagher plays it back across the defence and Bowden chases down Fowler. Fowler gets to the ball but plays it back to Mannion. Gateshead playing like they're 1-0 down with 5 minutes to go there, hounding Aldershot every time they're out of possession of the ball, as Mellish does very well there just to give his man a dubby, and the ball goes through to Barrow. And unfortunately Barrow's ball has went to play for a throw in on the halfway line, which McCoy takes quickly. Back to McCoy. McCoy looking forward, plays it into May as May turns. May gives it to Booty. Booty under pressure, which is quite a funny phrase. Gallagher plays it out to Kinsella on the left hand side. Dangerous position. He's whipped this ball into the box. Thankfully it was over everybody and goes out for a goal kick there. And that's probably one of the best chances of them putting the ball in the box, but nobody was there. Well, there was 3 people in the middle, but it just went over the heads.
Goal kick to Gateshead, and I'm sorry, listen, it's a frustrating, believe me, it's a frustrating watch.
Well, I'm just listening to BBC Radio Surrey there, and they're getting frustrated with this one, but I'm enjoying it. Just looking at the league table at the moment, we are 3 points clear into the playoffs on 32 points. We're sitting on 29, so we're in 7th place at the moment, and things are looking rosy if you're a Gateshead fan, but there's a long way to go yet. And Gateshead are winning 2-0 at home to Aldershot. 36 minutes gone. It's Greg Ollie tries to bring the ball down, and Booty is judged to have handled the ball there, and there's a goal just went in the National League. Ebbsfleet are winning 1-0 away to Salford. Well, Barrow takes a free kick, gives it to, and Ollie has it on the box, corner of the box. He's got Bowden who cuts on the inside. Oh, and McCoy does well to play that ball off Bowden for a goal kick, but that was a nice dangerous little run in behind there by Bowden. Good vision by Greg Ollie. Well, Minion took the goal kick and Williamson headed it forward, but McCoy brings it down. Tom White nearly fouled him there. Greg Ollie's chasing him down. McCoy plays it off Ollie for a throw in here, level with the corner of the box down here on our right hand side. McCoy and Kinsella have been involved a lot for this side, for Aldershot, and that says a lot. And it's not like they're playing 5 at the back like Gateshead. They're not attacking wing backs, they are playing 4 at the back. And their players are having to do a lot. There's Rig. Well, linesman didn't know which way he was going to give that, and he's give it to Aldershot. Come off Rig. As Booty plays it across to Kinsella. Kinsella plays the ball forward for the run of May. May's under pressure from Fraser Kerr. Fraser Kerr's had to take a kick, and he puts it out for a throw in there on the far side. He saved a corner from happening. And the back three for Gateshead have been fantastic so far today. The ball's crossed into the box, and McDonald found himself in space. Rendell, oh, fantastic save by Pears. Rendell managed to get a shot off, but Pears just shot across there and put it out for a corner. And oh, sorry, it was Gallagher with the shot I've just heard there. I thought it was Rendell. They look very similar from here, but that was a fantastic save nonetheless from Pears. The corner's going to come in from the far side. It's taken short along the towards front post, and McConnell gets a shot off, and I thought that was going to go in. It took a deflection for another corner. At first, the way that bobbled through, I thought it was just going to go into the back of the net, but it went the other side of the post. Hearing the Surrey Whingers in the background is adding to my enjoyment of the commentary. Well, it's took short again. It's crossed in back into the box. Hunter was there to head it out, and Kinsella keeps it in. No, it isn't. It's McDonald on the near side. He's twisting and turn with Barrow, and he's played it off his own player, and that is a throw into Gateshead to come off Gallagher. But Gallagher's shot there was a good one, and he did it on the volley, but a great save by Pears. The captain, Barrow, stands with the ball in his hands. He's wellied it forward towards Bowden. Bowden's beaten in the air by McCoy, and it's another throw into Gateshead. Scott Barrow drying the ball in his top. And of course, we have the new owner making his first game here today, Dr. Ranjan Vagesi. He arrived a few days ago on Tyneside. I'm sure he'll be happy with what he's seeing so far. As Booty has the ball in the centre circle, under pressure from Tom White, plays the ball forward, finds McClure. McClure turns, still has the ball, back to Booty. Booty drives forward, gives it to Kinsella on the left hand side, back to McClure. McClure plays the ball forward for Rendell. He was offside, just on the edge of the box, and that is a free kick to Gateshead. Well, 40 minutes gone here at Gateshead International Stadium. It's Gateshead 2, Aldershot Town 0. And Gateshead well worthy of their lead. They've played some good stuff, they've pressured, they've forced Aldershot into mistakes, and they took their chances well, with Greg Ollie and Scott Bowden finding the same corner of the net. As Greg Ollie tries to win the ball from Booty unsuccessfully, Gallagher has the ball, plays it through, tries to find Rendell, but John Mellish does well to intercept, and Greg Ollie plays it out to Tinkler. Tinkler with a lovely little Cruyff turn, and passes the ball forward, but only as far as Fowler, and plays it to May, and back to Fowler. Fowler's got a rush of blood and goes back into his own half as Kinsella has the ball on the far side. He's going to play back to Booty. Booty plays it inside back to Kinsella, but Robbie Tinkler does well to win the ball back, and Rig has the ball, plays it to Greg Ollie on the far side, who just couldn't keep the ball in. It just rolled out there. But Gateshead, always hunting for the ball, always closing down. As Osho drives forward with the ball, he's got acres of space, going to play it out to McCoy on the right hand side. McCoy whips the ball in, it's going to go over the post, and Pears had to tap that out there. It was a bit of a cross-come shot. I don't know if the wind got a hold of it, but Pears, safety first, tips it over the bar, and it's a corner to Aldershot on the far side. We'll have to see what's going to happen here. Can Gateshead hold on to this 2-0 lead going into half time? Just under 3 minutes left. The ball's whipped in, and it's cleared by Bowden at the front post. And it's crossed back in there, and it's going to go out for a goal kick to Gateshead. And no real dangers there. A very entertaining game if you're a Gateshead fan. But Aldershot, in the last few years they've been a team to beat, and not the team they were last year.
Well, this is a surprising scoreline here. Dagenham and Redbridge 2, Harrogate 0.
Well, the ball is cleared up the pitch by Pears. Rigg manages to get that through to Bowden, and Ollie brings it down. Ollie tried to cut inside, but Hunter's there to pick it up. Scott Barrows on the left hand side gets the ball from Hunter. Plays a ball into Rigg inside. Oh, lovely little back heel to Bowden, and it was came off Booty, and goalkeeper manages to clear the pitch towards Kinsella on the far side. But that would have been a lovely bit of 1-2 touch football from Gateshead. Dare I say, sexy football. But Rigg, it wasn't Rigg, that was Ollie trying to get the ball on the far side as Tinkler battles with McClure. Tinkler does well, he gets the ball, lays it off to Kerr, and Kerr in turn puts it out to play there. I think the wind got a hold of that one. Well, it's with Fowler. Plays it across his defence to Osho, who's just in front of the box. Plays it to McCoy. McCoy dinks the ball forward to McDonald even had to bring it down, and well, Booty, it wasn't Booty time there. He put that straight out for a throw in needlessly, and Gateshead have a throw in here halfway inside the Aldershot half. Can Gateshead conjure up another effort on goal here before half time? Can they score another? If they did, you would think that this game as good as dead and buried, but we'd have to see. And Gateshead won another throw in here off McDonald. It was Bowden that was battling with him there, and it is passed to Ollie, back to Barrow. Tom White gives it to Mellish. Mellish dinks the ball across the box, and it's going to find its way to Kinsella on the far side. Kinsella just brings it down, runs into the sunlight on the far side. Now he's going to play the ball into May. May has to play it back to Booty, who's in the centre circle. Booty across to McCoy. McCoy now looks up, he's looking for a runner, has to play it back to Osho. Osho looks forward, plays a crossfield ball looking for McClure. McClure heads it down to Rendell. Rendell plays it back to May. May plays it to Booty. Booty, and well, Robbie Tinkler intercept there, and he was fouled in the process, and Gateshead have a free kick. And you know, even when Aldershot have possession, they're not using the ball probingly. They're only putting it up the wings and hoping to whip it into the box. And at the moment, Gateshead are really able to manage that comfortably. And you know, without doing a commentator's curse, it would have to be something drastic or a mistake by Gateshead to let Aldershot even in on goal. So Pears has took this free kick up towards Rigg, who's battling with Fowler. Fowler wins the header, and Tom White wins the ball there, but it's with Rendell. Rendell plays it out to, I think it's May. May cuts inside, gives it to, well, he keeps the ball himself, but plays a crossfield ball to McCoy on the right hand side, the right back. He's got himself forward, but he's under pressure from Barrow. Plays it into McDonald. McDonald drives into the centre. Tom White nearly fouled in there. Booty picks up the loose ball, tries to find Rendell, and it's headed clear by Fraser Kerr. And Mike Williamson had to stretch to get to that ball, and Ollie hoofs it clear from the edge of the box, only as far as Fowler. Fowler heads it down to Kinsella. Kinsella thought he could head it back to McClure, but Robbie Tinkler was there, but he didn't keep a hold of the ball. So Mike Williamson clears the ball from the edge of the box again as Gallagher battles with Hunter and manages to turn. He has the ball, lays it off to McCoy. McCoy runs inside, gives it to McDonald trying to lay a back heel off there, looking for Kinsella to run onto it, but Greg Ollie was there to clear up and finds Rigg. And was Rigg fouled there? No, he wasn't. And they now have the ball on the shot, and they try to play a crossfield ball to Gallagher. Gets there. I thought Bowden was going to intercept. Back to Osho in just next to the centre circle. Bowden chasing him down. Bowden still chasing him down. McCoy has to play it back to Booty. Booty, who puts the ball into the middle of the box there, and McClure was run through, just too much on it, and straight into the hands of Pears. And I think everyone's expecting the half-time whistle there. Well, there we go. That is half-time. Gateshead 2, Aldershot 0. As Annie the physio's come out as well, she's making her way to the box, and you may have seen and heard in Steve Watson's interview there that Luke Armstrong took a knock to the head in a overzealous challenge in training, and he is sporting a Rab C. Nesbitt headband bandage on his head. So or if he comes on. No doubt you'll see that in the highlights. I don't think he'll be wearing that out and about in town. It's not the fashion statement that you do, but Gateshead kick off. Tom White lays it off to Robbie Tinkler, who plays a crossfield ball, and that's going to go out on the far side. He was trying to pick out Rig, and it's a throw in to Aldershot Town on the far side. And Stephen Roberts is too cool for school. He's got no social media. That's how I rule. Well, go on, just for us, get some social media, and then you know when we're on all the time. As Gateshead having to defend here as the ball's pinged forward. Tom White heads the ball out towards Scott Barrow on the left hand side, who clears the ball up the pitch. And there's no Gateshead player there, and that's going to go out for a throw in on the far side.
Gateshead, it's a 3-5-2 and one of the best
Yes.
examples of that formation.
Aldershot just taking the time here.
In this first half today. Very, very hard to break through for shots. Good go for goal, Ashley Fields, and then a back three.
Well, Rig has the ball. He's tackled by Osho there and fouled, and Gateshead have a throw in just near the centre circle inside the Aldershot half. It's Tom White was going to take a quick there. Rendell closed him down as White plays it out to Mellish on the left hand side. Mellish plays it down towards Ollie. Ollie comes away with the ball, but was he fouled there? He managed to get the ball to Rig. Rig's on the corner of the box on the far side, plays it back to Ollie. Ollie has just had the ball took off his foot there, and now Aldershot can try and build from this as Rendell receives the ball on the halfway line, plays it out to McDonald. McDonald plays it back to McCoy. Gallagher on the ball, plays it back to Osho. Osho just standing with the ball, now pings the ball across to Kinsella, who's just down in front of us, plays the ball round Robbie Tinkler, but Fraser Kerr's there to mop up, and he clears that right up the pitch, but only as far as Booty, and Booty laid that off to Kinsella, but Bowden, fantastic bit of work from the forward there, coming back to help out his midfield, and he played the ball forward, but that's went out for a throw in to Aldershot. Yeah, the ball boy that hit the ball off the bench earlier on, he maybe needs to work on his lobbing technique with the arms. He needs to hook that one up, but the ball's back with Kinsella after he's throwing. And Tom White intercepts the ball. He nutmegs his player, and he's still running with the ball. He's got Rig on the inside, but he's down the right hand side. He's got Ollie as well, plays it into Ollie. Ollie on the underlap, he's got the ball, he's having to turn, play it back to Tom White. Tom White, he's got Osho there, goes through the nutmeg, and was he pushed off the ball? It looked like he was, and the referee said no, it was a 50-50, both going for it, and I thought he was pushed there. And I thought the linesman, who was 5 yards away, might have flagged for that one, but it's a goal kick to Aldershot nonetheless.
Right, let's take a positive view and start the second half now. Aldershot going to get back into it.
Well, Mannion, the goalkeeper, all in orange boots, places the ball down. He's next to the goal post, and he's going to run forward and smash this one up the pitch. And Mellish is battling there, and McCoy manages to ping the ball forward for the run of McClure, and Fraser Kerr had to come over there, no nonsense, and nods it out for a throw-in on the far side.
I generally did prefer to play against the wind rather than with the just see the balls over here.
Wow. Gateshead fans enjoying the game today. They've been in fine voice right throughout. As Gallagher receives the ball from McCoy, back to McCoy. McCoy tries to go down towards the dead ball line. He tries to cross the ball in. He's got it in there, but big Mike Williamson's there to head it clear, and then Tom White did the rest. But Bowden tries to turn. He was under pressure from Osho, and now Aldershot have the ball as Kinsella brings the ball down the left hand side. He's under pressure from Jack Hunter and Robbie Tinkler. He manages to get the ball through, but only as far as Tom White, who lays it off Tinkler, and Tinkler has to clear that ball, and it goes out for a throw in just in front of Aldershot's dugout, and is quickly taken. And Booty took that and got it to May. May plays it all the way back to Fowler. Fowler's gonna just turn, plays it back up the line to Booty. Booty now looking for the run on the far side, and that's going to be plucked out the air and landed in Ainsley Pear's hands there, and he rolls it out quickly to Scott Barrow, who drives forward with the ball. He's already at the halfway line. He's still going with the ball. He plays it to Rig. Rig plays it out to Ollie, and still running forward as Scott Barrow. Can he get across in? He can, and the goalkeeper did well there. Mannion, he got his hand out, one-handed, stopped it, and Bowden come running in, but he managed to get another hand on it and grab it. But it looks like one of the Aldershot defenders, I think it is Fowler, has come off pretty bad there when he was trying to defend that, and he's still down at the moment. The physios are running onto the pitch. Gateshead physio as well is going out there to help, and we'll see. Hopefully he's all. Sorry, behind, off the pitch, there's a Gateshead player down. I couldn't see him because of the angle I'm at. He's behind the standing Aldershot player. It's an awkward thing there. I think that is. Let's have a little look. It's Scott Barrow. Scott Barrow must have hurt himself when he crossed that one in. I don't know if he went over on his ankle. Obviously I didn't follow Barrow after he crossed the ball. I was following the ball, and Barrow's just getting his left foot and knee checked at from what I can see from this angle. So hopefully Scotty Barrow, the captain, is going to be back up and running in a second. Let's hope it's just precaution. But 2 players down at the moment, one for Aldershot and one for Gateshead. But 51 minutes gone here at Gateshead International Stadium. It's Gateshead 2, Aldershot Town 0, and Gateshead looking good for their lead. But it's not over yet, and we'll have to see how this goes.
Al, your thoughts? No obvious change in personnel or tactics?
Simon Lowry comes up the stairs with cups of coffee in hand. None for the commentary team though. Shocking. He didn't even hear us. He just walked straight past. And Scotty Barrow is jogging that one off, thankfully, on the far side with the physio Annie. And yeah, I think he'd be fit to return into action. It's a good sign. As you could hear the Gateshead fans singing there, he's back from the dead. And that's why we call him the Welsh Jesus. I'm not sure if he can walk on water, but he can leather a ball from 40 yards into the top right hand corner. And in my eyes, that's biblical. As the ball's pumped forward by Mannion. Mike Williamson going up there, didn't get the ball, but Jack Hunter manages to chest it down and head it forward, and Rigg manages to chase down. He's got past Fowler. He's on the far side of the box. Oh, and he just tried to roll that one in there, and Bowden had already went past. But now Jack Hunter picks up the ball in midfield, plays it to Ollie. Ollie's got Barrow for company on the left hand side, but he plays the one through the middle for Tom White to get onto, and Tom White couldn't keep it in, and it goes out for a throw-in on the far side. But that was a nice bit of vision there from Ollie. I thought the ball was to Barrow, but that's why Greg Ollie's on the pitch and I'm in the stand with a microphone. But McCoy is going to take the throw-in on the far side. Rabsy Nesbitt is warming up on the touchline. Luke Armstrong, will we see him get some minutes under his belt today? We've seen him last week against Dunstan come on for a bit of a cameo. He looked dangerous, he looked sharp. Can he add to his goals? At the moment, Scott Bowden, this leading goal scorer with 7 goals this season, he'll be wanting to get back in amongst the goals. Both himself and Steve Rigg. Crossed in there, straight into Ainsley Pear's hands. It's fantastic stuff. I think it's Bowden on 7, Rigg on 6, and Armstrong on 5 goals. Bowden laid the ball off to, fantastic through ball. Tom White's going to get there. That was a foul by Osho, and Osho's remonstrating with the linesman there. He thinks he was fouled. Tom White is still down, and well, I'm sure this is a yellow card because they were the last 2 running through. Maybe even he wasn't running in on goal, but surely got to be a yellow card. But Tom White's getting up, and this is a free kick in a dangerous position, level with the corner of the box, closer to the touchline than where it is to the corner of the box, and we'll have to see what Gateshead can do from here. So Greg Ollie standing there, so is Scott Barrow. Scott Barrow gives the left-footed option, Greg Ollie with the right-footed option. They're both standing over it. It's hard to tell who's going to go for it. I think they're both going to take a step back, so it's hard for the defenders to read this one. And it is getting quite windy out there. The players' shirts are rippling, and well, both taking steps back. We just don't know who's going to take this one. I think it's going to be Ollie. And the ball's rolled with the wind. That tells you how blustery it is out there, and it's Barrow puts it in there. He tries to find Hunter, but it goes behind him. But Greg Ollie manages to pick up the loose ball, taps it to Tinkler. Tinkler tries to put it out to Barrow. Barrow recovers and gets the ball. Was he fouled off the ball? The referee says no, and he's still being held down, Barrow, at the moment. And they're up in good sport there, McClure, but Rigg is battling with Osho, and the ball goes through to Mannion. But for a second there, I thought Scott Barrow was getting wrestled to the ground there. As May has the ball, pings it out to the left hand side for the run of McClure, but Robbie Tinkler's there, and Robbie Tinkler just backheaders it over him and out for a throw in. That's some wise play there by Tinkler. Kinsella receives the ball, and that was an awful ball by Booty. Booty tried to put that over the top, and Robbie Tinkler nearly sees that out and didn't manage to, but he was judged to have been fouled by Gallagher, who's he's a big lad. He's a big muscly unit, and little wonder Tinkler come off second best there when he was just behind him. But we are 57 minutes into the game now, and it's Gateshead 2, Aldershot Town 0. I'll not get sick of saying that, as Pears takes the free kick, looks for Bowden. It didn't get through to him. Booty managed to head it down to Gallagher, and Greg Ollie was in fine form there, and the ball was pinging about, but Tom White's managed to pick it up. He's under pressure from May. Tom White still run with the ball. He's had to play it back to Mike Williamson, who calmly plays it to Fraser Kerr. Fraser Kerr just takes a touch, plays it up the pitch. He's looking for the run of Greg Ollie there, and Gateshead fantastic closing down, winning the ball back, gain Hunter there, but a little bit sloppy and when the ball went to Rigg, but Bowden not letting go. He's going to play this ball through to Rigg, and it didn't get there, unfortunately. But Gateshead, they're getting the rub of the green in some areas and then not in the other. But now Mellish has the ball. He's going to drive forward with it. Mellish plays it through to Greg Ollie. Can he keep this in? He can, and it's going to go for a throw in just next to the corner flag. And it was McDonald that went down there, number 4 for Aldershot. He took a bit of a knock, and the referee said play on, and he's up now. And he looks a bit winded, and he's having a bit of a... I wouldn't like to hazard a guess at what he was shouting, but he's went very red, and it was in the referee's direction. Gateshead fans really enjoying this one. Well, Gateshead winning the ball. Mellish touch just took it away from there. Gallagher battling with the ball and then plays it out to fantastic cover and play by Scotty Barrow, and the captain plays it back to Pears, who kicks it up the pitch. He's looking for Bowden. Bowden brings it down, fantastic control, and there was a sliding tackle there from Gallagher, who gets the ball to McCoy. McCoy under pressure from Greg Ollie. Greg Ollie plays it to Booty. Booty back to Osho. Osho across to Fowler. Steve Rigg is chasing him down as well. Gateshead just not letting Aldershot breathe when they're on the ball. As Gallagher tries to play across your ball, and Robbie Tinkler's there to head it down, but only as far as Booty, who pings it forward to Kinsella on the left hand side, back to Booty. Booty pings the ball forward for the run of McClure, but Ainsley Pears is there just to come to the side of his box and pluck that out the air. He's had a fantastic game so far, great command of his area, and he's come out for every ball and just grabbed it. He's going to pump this one up towards Rigg. Rigg didn't get the header, and it bounces out to McCoy. Booty now in the centre of the pitch, drives forward towards the centre circle, still towards the spot there, and he plays it out to McClure on the left hand side, but Robbie Tinkler's there for company, and Robbie Tinkler, was he fouled? He was, and it looks like there's going to be a double substitution by Aldershot here. It is, 1 second, I've got the team sheet here. It is, let's have a look. Well, that is the wrong team sheet. I've nearly tried to give you Billingham Town substitutes there. Right, this team sheet, this is the one, and Luke Wanadio is coming on for Gallagher. Gallagher, who's he's a decent player. I was quite impressed by him today, to be honest. But Wanadio come on for him, or Wanadio, sorry, and Samir Fenlon is coming on for Booty. Well, booty time is over, and his booty is going on the bench. And Fenlon is on now, and Pears is going to take this free kick. JJ O'Donnell and Luke Armstrong are warming up down the touchline there. Will we see a change from Gateshead soon? At the moment, there's no need to change anything. The ball is pinged up. Rigg wins the header, backs it on towards Bowden, who's battling with Osho. Osho's doing well to hold Bowden off, and it's gone out for a goal kick to Aldershot. Wow. 61 minutes gone. Gateshead still in control, winning 2-0 here at Gateshead National Stadium. National League action for you on the Heat On Me podcast live commentary service. As Mellish goes up for the header, didn't get there. Hunter manages to head the ball on, only as far as McCoy, who brings the ball down with a touch. He's on the halfway line, pings it forward, looking for Fenlon, and Scott Barrow heads it off him, but Jack Hunter's then gets the ball forward, and it's going to go through to Rigg. Is it? No, it's gone out for a throw in on the far side, halfway inside Aldershot's half. Wow. It's been an enjoyable game. Long may that continue. Remember, you can contact us at Heed_Army or on the chat facility on Spreaker, as Rigg plays a little ball in there towards Greg Ollie. There's a little flick there and Greg Ollie couldn't control it, as Mannion rolls the ball out to Kinsella. It's back to Kinsella. Kinsella plays it back to Fowler. Fowler pings the ball up. They're going very direct now, or Aldershot, as Rendell puts it out to McCoy. McCoy couldn't keep it in, and it's a throw into Gateshead just inside their own half. This is, well, there is going to be a substitution. Mickey Cummins has just handed paperwork to the fourth official to confirm which numbers is which, and Luke Armstrong is going to be coming into the action. He's just come belting down the touchline there. He's receiving some instruction from Mickey Cummins, and he's stripping off. So Luke Armstrong will be coming into the fray, as May plays it to McDonald. McDonald plays it out to McCoy. McCoy goes all the way back to McDonald. McDonald crossfield ball to Fowler. Fowler, the furthest man back. He's got Kinsella in front of him. Plays a ball to Kinsella down the left hand side, but Robbie Tinker's there to head it down, and Fraser Kerr launches that up, and Scott Bowden heads the ball down. Can Greg Ollie bring it down? He can, and it just bounced off his shins, and he's still chasing for it, Greg Ollie, but May has to clear that up towards McCoy on the left hand side. McCoy plays it back to May. May clears the ball up the pitch, looking for the run of Rendell, but Mike Williamson's there to bring it down, and Greg Ollie tries to, Tom White headed the ball on. Rigg gives it to Barrow. Barrow plays it to Ollie. Ollie looking for the overlap of Barrow, and it's just took off his foot there by Fenlon, and it's played all the way back to the keeper, who blasts that out, but only as far as Tom White in the centre circle. Tom White under pressure from Rendell. He does beautifully to turn and control that. He gives it to John Mellish, and John Mellish cuts inside, goes on a bit of a run himself, plays it out to Greg Ollie, who plays the ball back. Oh, John Mellish had went on a mazy run, and I thought the ball was going to get back to him there, but it didn't, as John Mellish gives that to Scott Barrow, who was fouled after he cleared the ball there, and he's down on the far side there, and hopefully he's alright. See him getting back up onto his feet there gingerly. So we will see Luke Armstrong come in now, and it's going to be Steve Rigg who's coming off, and Steve Rigg getting a fantastic round of applause here in the Tyne-and-Wear stand. He's run his heart out today, he's worked for the team. Unfortunately he didn't get on the score sheet today, but his performance today will give plenty of headaches to Steve Watson on who to pick on his forward line, but he'd rather have that than not want to pick players if they're not in form. But Luke Armstrong, sporting that head bandage like Rabsy Nesbitt, is on the pitch. And Scotty Barrow is going to take this free kick just inside the Aldershot half on the far touchline. As he crosses the ball in, and he's I think he went for a cheeky shot there. I think JJ O'Donnell was starting to sweat, thinking his goal reputation from the halfway line was going to be overshadowed there, but it just went wide.
Just a little bit of wind.
Wow.
It's not exactly gale force either, is it? It's blustering.
I'm listening to the BBC commentators next to me. They tend to think that it's the conditions, but no, I was thinking it might just be performance-wise on the Aldershot half. But that's it. 66 minutes gone here at Gateshead International Stadium. Only takes a second to score a goal, and there's quite a few seconds left, so let's not rule Aldershot just out yet. But it's 2-0 to Gateshead. McCoy dispossessed by Ollie. It's 3-on-3 at the moment as Ollie gives it to Bowden. Bowden's had to come back on himself, but here comes Scott Barrow. Can Scott Barrow play it into Tom White? Tom White takes another touch because he went for it. Was he fouled? And this is a free kick in a dangerous position. It's more central near the D on the box, and it's more to the left of centre. And this is a dangerous one, and Scotty Barrow fancies this. He's come straight over. This is his territory. This is a left footer's shot all day long. And will he take it? Well, here we go. Scotty Barrow, ball in his hand, he's placing it down. He fancies this. The Welsh Jesus, the Welsh wizard. What can he conjure up here? Well, Greg Ollie is there as well. He's got his foot right next to the ball. So who will we see? I think Greg Ollie's going to be the man to take this. He's got a further few footsteps back for this free kick, and it's a 10-man wall here. A couple of Gateshead players in there, and Ollie takes a shot, and it's just past the post. I thought that was just going to nestle in the corner of the net. It couldn't have been far wide, and that went straight past, and Aldershot quickly take the goal kick as Kinsella puts the ball up. Only is Forrest Hunter, who heads the ball down. It gets through to Armstrong. Armstrong has to turn. Rendell didn't hit that ball back cleanly, and the goalkeeper had to come out. Mannion clears that out for a throw into Gateshead level with the corner of the box. As Gateshead fans are burst into full voice here. Well, here we are. Robbie Tinkler going to take the throw. And Armstrong was picking up where Rigg let off. He's not letting players breathe. Chasing them down as Tinkler puts the ball in there. Armstrong managed to get the flick head back, and it's going to fall to Armstrong. Was he pushed there? No. And Hunter heads the ball forward, and that's going to go out for a goal kick there. I thought there was a little nudge there, but obviously not. Commentator getting a little bit carried away there. I do apologise. But he still can tweet us at Heed_Army. It's been a fantastic display so far. It's Gateshead 2, Aldershot Town 0. 68 minutes gone, and it's been an enjoyable game. And Aldershot fans won't have had much to cheer for, but they've been basking in the sunshine on the far side. Hopefully it's a little bit warmer for them than what it is for us over here. And there is a brisk wind coming in, and a little bit of a nip, but the ball has been hoofed up the pitch by Mannion, and Greg Ollie picks up a loose ball, gives it to Barrow. Barrow plays it through to Ollie. It isn't Ollie, sorry, it was Bowden, and he tried to put a through ball for Ollie to run onto on the overlap there, as Osho plays it back to Mannion under pressure from Armstrong, and that goes out for Hunter. A lovely little turn there, and Barrow heads it forward only as far as McCoy. McCoy gets it to McClure. McClure with a cheeky flick trying to find Fenlon, but the Mellish was there, and he still playing a bit 1-2 there with, and that was a lapse daisy one by Mellish there, and it's picked up by the midfield of Aldershot, and it's played across to the left hand side of Kinsella. Kinsella has Wanadiu, who's gone across this ball into the box, but only as far as big Mike Williamson, who hoofs it out, and the ball is back with McCoy on the far side, and Armstrong's tussling with him, following him still. Can he put him under pressure? Fenlon has the ball on the edge of the box on the far side, and a beautiful tackle there by John Mellish. The ball hasn't went out yet, and Fenlon has to keep it in play. And now May crosses it into the box, and that's going to go behind for a goal kick to Gateshead. And this is what we want to see from Gateshead, make them rash crosses and not be as composed. And parents, but it's nice to hear a lot from the Heed Army today. Sounds great atmosphere. missed that. I think there's 135 fans over there, so that's fantastic. I didn't hear what the full attendance was there, so apologies. Oh, it's 175.
It's a vast stadium, and they look like a little dot up there, don't
So Pears took the goal kick. Osho heads it on towards Rendell. Rendell chests it down and does well, but Hunter, fantastic, strong, powerful, just dispossesses him, plays it to Armstrong. Armstrong tried to knock it down to White, but Fowler plays that forward. Rendell knees it down, gives it to Kinsella. Now Wanadiu dispossessed by Tinkler. Tinkler does enough to put Kinsella off, and Tom White with his Cruyff turn gives it back to Robbie Tinkler, and Robbie Tinkler put that up the pitch, and Gateshead managed to pick up the loose ball again. Hunter plays it to Armstrong. Armstrong's first touch let him down, but Greg Ollie has managed to play that back to Tinkler. Tinkler plays it over the top, and Armstrong heads the ball over. He's done well, chested the ball down. He's got Fowler for company. Can he get the ball into the box? He can. And it's cleared for a throw in, and Gateshead turn the screw again, searching for that third goal. 71 minutes gone. As Robbie Tinkler's going to be the man to take this throw in. Well, this has been a good display from Gateshead so far. Can they keep a clean sheet? Under 20 minutes to go. Probably about 20 minutes with added on time. Tinkler launches the ball in there. Armstrong heads the ball up. It's up in the air. Can Gateshead get on the end of it? Tom White brought the ball down and volleyed it, but straight over the bar. It would have been nice if that had nestled in the back of the net. And Mickey Barris put, "Away lads, keep it going." Let's certainly hope we can, as Gateshead are putting the Aldershot defence under pressure again, as Fowler has to clear the ball up, and Hunter picks up the ball in midfield. His first touch was a bit heavy and he sold himself short, and Wanadiu has the ball now on the left hand side. He's got Fraser Kerr for company. Tinkler's there as well. He's trying a bit of trickery with Fraser Kerr sticking to him like glue. He crosses the ball in right footed, and Scott Barrow's there to head it out, but only as far as McDonald, and McDonald's touch was awful, and that was going to go across the far side as McCoy under pressure from White. White is going to have to play, McCoy's going to play all the way back to Mannion, and Mannion's touch was found Hunter, and Hunter's first touch wasn't that good. Well, his pass wasn't that good. Finds McCoy. McCoy launches the ball forward for the run of McClure. McClure manages to control it, but he's got Mellish and Williamson just behind him. He's still on the ball. Finds May. May is on the edge of the box. He's going to pass it to Kinsella. Kinsella is nearly wrong foot. Gets it to Wanadiu. Wanadiu crosses it in low, and it goes straight through there. But McCoy's going to pick it up on the other side of the box. Can he cross a ball in? He has, and it's gone deep back towards Wanadiu, with Tinkler no hesitation there, just to head the ball out for a throw-in just next to the corner flag. And this is the first time we've really seen Aldershot press. And now it's Kinsella. Kinsella finds McDonald, and Kinsella got the ball back and couldn't control it, and it's went for a throw-in to Gateshead.
The clock ticks down. 17 minutes plus added time.
Well,
I think Al is going to be a long journey home.
well, Robbie Tinkler drying the ball off there, and he launches it forward, and Armstrong wins the header, gets it to Bowden. Bowden wins the header but couldn't direct it. Tom White battling for the ball, and he puts it out for a throw-in to Aldershot just next to Steve Watson there. And Kinsella is stealing about 10 yards there, takes the throw in, and McClure tries to get the ball and gets away, and oh my word, and that was a tackle by Tom White, and Tom White hurt himself there, but Armstrong runs onto the ball. He's got the player in front of him. Which way is he going to turn? He's went out onto his right hand side. Now can he get a player in the box? He's still twisting and turning. He's still got the ball, and he's won a goal kick. Oh, he's on a corner. I thought he had signal for a goal kick there, but Armstrong, I thought could have played that ball to Bowden just a little bit sooner, but maybe that's a little bit of ring rust, and hopefully if we get another opportunity he might lay that one off. And it's corner to Gateshead, and Scotty Barrow is coming over to take this one left footed. There are 15 minutes remaining here at Gateshead International Stadium. It's Gateshead 2, Aldershot Town 0, and Gateshead with another corner here. Scott Barrow, the captain, takes his time, takes it towards the front post, and Fraser Kerr come flying in there. He got his toe to it but put it wide, And he was well covered there as well by the Aldershot defender that was following him across. I think it was Ken Seller. And yeah, that was good stuff there by Aldershot. No, sorry, it was Fowler. Fowler followed him. So good defending there by Aldershot. Number 5, marking number 5 there is Mannion. Cleared the ball at the pitch, and Mellish wins the header, and it goes out for a throw-in on the far side. And now Osho plays it back to Mannion, who's under pressure from Bowden, and he has to play that ball quickly, and Tinkler brings the ball down. His second touch didn't get through to White as May pings the ball through. Mellish is there just to control it and bring the ball forward, and he lays it off to Scott Barrow. Scott Barrow inside to Hunter. Hunter on the halfway line. Plays it back calmly to John Mellish, and just took the rushing out of the game. Just calmly there, but the ball has went all the way through to Mannion. As Mannion put the ball down inside the box and kicks it up, and that goes all the way through there, and Fenlon tried to get the ball, and well, the passing hasn't been exactly slick from Aldershot today, and it was intercepted by Ollie again, and Armstrong was fouled by Osho there. Osho making a nuisance of himself there, as Armstrong wanted to take that quickly, but now see it's about 4 yards inside the Aldershot half, and Scott Barrow's the man going to be taking it, and you can see Aldershot just getting a little bit frustrated here, which I'm not going to complain about, but we don't want to see any silliness either. So Barrow pumps the ball across to Tinkler. Tinkler brings it down, a lovely touch, and crosses the ball in. Oh, Armstrong just couldn't get a head on it, and it still hasn't been cleared yet. It's McDonald, it lands with Ollie. Ollie plays it inside to Armstrong. Armstrong does a back heel, can it fall? Tom White shoots, it scores! Fantastic little flick, and Tom White puts it in the back of the net. All the Gateshead players go over to congratulate him towards the corner flag. He's made it Gateshead 3, Aldershot 0, and that is what we wanted to see. Gateshead extend their leads and playing with the excitement and enthusiasm that they do. It's lovely to see young Tom White get on the score sheet today, and that is surely going to see Gateshead wrap up all 3 points today. Puts us a little bit of safety going into the last 12 minutes of the game. Wow, fantastic stuff from Gateshead. Oh, I'm just sitting back and savouring this, listeners. This is beautiful. Now I hope you're happy at home or wherever you're listening. This is great stuff from Gateshead. As Aldershot have kicked off. Ball's pumped forward. Robbie Tinkler gets the ball. Tom White went in for a sliding tackle there as McDonald plays through. Mellish with some fantastic covering play there, and he clears the ball out for a throw in on the far side, which McCoy will quickly take, looking for the run of Fenlon. Finds McClure. McClure gives it to Fenlon. Fenlon back to McCoy. McCoy plays it into Fenlon. Fenlon to May under pressure from Armstrong, and that was a beautiful tackle by Armstrong, and it's out for a throw in to Aldershot on the far side. I'm going to say this is a performance to be proud of for Gateshead fans and for the Gateshead players, of course, as the ball's quickly whipped in there, and just went past there, that one. The shot was off by I think it was McDonald there, or McClure, and caught a few people napping, but it went past the post, thankfully. And Mickey Barris put get in, game, set and match. I can hear them twisting, it's music to my ears. Well, this has been a very, very enjoyable game, I'm not afraid to say, and it's been a pleasure to bring you this game as well. Absolute pleasure. And we're going to have Luke Molyneux is going to come on, and is Scotty Bowden. It's going to come off. He's ran himself into the ground today, got himself on the score sheet. Fantastic bit of play. Can Luke Molyneux grab himself a goal like he did last week when he came off the bench against Dunstan? There's still time. 80 minutes have gone. Armstrong goes up for the header, but it goes over everybody, and Osho's there and he clears the ball over his own shoulder. Hunter goes up for the header, and Kinsella went up for the header, and Tom White come off second hand, but Tinkler has the ball now. Tinkler does a little turn, plays it into Molyneux. Molyneux has to turn. Did he get the ball across? He didn't. Osho picks up the ball and brings it forward, gives it to McCoy. McCoy's going to give it to Fenlon on the far side. Fenlon cuts inside, plays it to May. May plays a first time ball over the top, but Ainsley Pears, whoa, unorthodox goalkeeper there. He come out with a sliding kick to clear that, but Fowler clears it up towards Fenlon on the halfway line. He turns, plays it to Fowler. Fowler's going to play this across to Kinsella. Kinsella's going to be under pressure from Tom White. Has to come back on himself, plays it to Wanadeu. Wanadeu cuts on the middle there, gives it to Ben May. Ben May across to McCoy. McCoy closed down by Scott Barrow there, finds Fenlon. Fenlon, he's back to goal, going towards the halfway line, plays it back into his own half to Fowler. Fowler gives it to McDonald, who's come very deep. Now he pings the ball forward, come off Tinkler. McClure, a cheeky back heel there, tries to get it through to Wanadeu. McCoy gives it to Wanadeu, who's found himself on the left hand side now, and May gets a shot off his. Sorry, Wanadeu found himself on the right hand side. Apologies there for the poor description. Well, Ainsley Pears just taking his time. Across that one, up the pitch. Armstrong had a free header, didn't manage to get there, but Molyneux chases the ball down with Osho. He makes Osho's life hard, and Osho manages to keep it in, but only as far as Ollie. And Ollie plays a ball to Armstrong. Armstrong gets a shot off and a fantastic save with the legs. It was a cute angle he went for there, and the goalkeeper had to pull a save off. And McCoy at the corner flag is still trying to clear the ball, only as far as Ollie. Ollie was under pressure from Wanadeu, and it's cleared by May. Only as far as Scott Barrow, who shoots from distance. Can he get a shot off? It was going goalward bound, but it just went straight into the goalkeeper's hands as he bent down to pick it up, and he rolled it out to Kinsella, who gave it to McDonald. McDonald gives it back out to Kinsella. Kinsella gives it to Fowler. Fowler now just lays it off to Mannion, who's going to try and launch this up the pitch. They're going very direct now, all the shots. He pumps this out towards Randell. Tinkler does well there, and it comes off his foot and out for a throw into Aldershot. Handball, surely. That wasn't very well controlled by McDonald, but the referee lets him get away with it. He has to go back into his own half. He's going to play a crossfield ball to McCoy. It nearly didn't get there as it come off Molyneux's heel. But Wanadeu has the ball now. He cuts inside. He's got Kinsella in front of him. He plays it to him on the left hand side. Kinsella plays a first time cross. It's deep towards the back post and goes straight round towards Scott Barrow, who does well when he controls it, and he plays it off McClure for a goal kick. Well, gotta be happy with this. Gotta be happy with this. Well, Ainsley Pears is going to take this goal kick. Pushes that ball up towards Armstrong. Armstrong battling in the air, and Molyneux tried to pick up the loose ball. Osho has to play it back to Mannion, who's under pressure. He clears the ball up towards Randell, who heads it on, and Fraser Kerr's there to mop up, and he's going to see this one out when it's went up for a throw into Aldershot just in front of their own dugout. If you're just joining us, where have you been? It's 84 minutes gone here at Gateshead International Stadium in the National League. Gateshead are winning 2-0 at home to Aldershot Town. Sorry, 3-0. I'm giving us a discredit. Wow. Ball crossed over towards Randell. Randell wins the header, but just goes straight out of play for a goal kick. Ainsley Pears will just take his time with this one, and why not? The referee's telling Pears just to keep it going. So Greg Ollie scoring the first goal on 20 minutes, Scott Bowden on 33 and Tom White on 77. This has been a performance to be proud of here by Gateshead. About end of the 86th minute coming up. As Rendell battles his drop very deep to try and get the ball across to McCoy there on the far side. Fenlon battling with Mellish, and Mellish has give away a throw in on the far side. Nothing silly from Gateshead at the moment. And Gateshead have the ball now as Molyneux cuts inside, beats his man, give him a little nutmeg. Now he drives forward towards goal, passes the ball out to the left hand side as Armstrong keeps the ball in. He needs some support, plays it back down the line to Scott Barrow. Scott Barrow didn't cross it in there because there wasn't anyone in the box, but tries to ping a ball to the runner Tom White and haven't cleared it yet. Aldershot as Osho sees that out for it's a corner. Corner Gateshead. I thought at first, and there has been a goal bonanza at AFC. Well, AFC failed away to Maidenhead. They are winning 6-0 now. So maybe a scoreline didn't expect to see. Hartlepool are losing 3-2 at home to Sutton United. As Greg Ollie's going to take this corner on the far side. There is not long left here at Gateshead International Stadium. As the ball is whipped in towards Armstrong, goalkeeper Mannion head punches that clear. Fraser Kerr's going to see that out. It's a throw into Gateshead level with the corner of the box. Down here on the right side. Tinkler plays the ball towards Armstrong. He's got his back to goal. He chests the ball down. He's under pressure from two players though, and it was a big ask to try and get it past them two, but the ball's just played up pitch and Mellish is there. Calmly plays that to Robbie Tinkler. Robbie Tinkler plays that back to Kerr. Kerr puts it over the top for the run of Armstrong, and I think it's going to go out for a throw in to Aldershot, and it has. And Ken Silla is going to be the man to take this. 87 minutes gone here at Gateshead International Stadium, and this is a one that Gateshead fans can be very, very proud of, and I'm sure Steve Watson will be, as Armstrong heads the ball down to White. White plays a lovely ball through to Molyneux. Molyneux back heel to White. White crosses the ball into the centre. Can Armstrong get there? Straight into Mannion's hands. That would have been a nice way to round it off, and Jack Hunter with a lovely tackle. Fantastic stuff. He plays the ball to Molyneux. Molyneux turns. Can he shoot from the edge of the box? He's got Tom White there. Tom White at the edge now puts it across unselfishly to try to pick out Armstrong there. Maybe he could have took a touch and maybe went in the box and shot himself, but I won't complain. He's already scored today. We're winning 3-0. 88 minutes gone. What a day. And well, it's getting that time. Mickey Barris has put who's your man of the match. I would have to say Greg Ollie. There's so many players, but for me Greg Ollie, as Robbie Tinkler has the ball here on the right hand side, tried to play it through for the run of Tom White. Fraser Kerr gives it back to Robbie Tinkler. Robbie Tinkler calmly plays that to Mike Williamson, who dinks the ball forward, looking for the forward line, and that was a foul by Fowler, surely not given, and Fowler gets up to clear this ball up the pitch towards Rendell. Rendell under pressure from Williamson, and Gates come away with the ball, and Rendell fouls Tom White there, and he has give this, and well hang on, I'll just describe what happened. Rendell come over the back of Tom White and push him to the ground when Tom White had the ball, and Tom White is, well, I don't know what he's done to give away a free kick there, but there you go. But yeah, Greg Ollie for me would be man of the match. Well, they must be listening to me, because they've just given him the official man of the match to Greg Ollie as well over the tannoy. So at least I'm not seeing a different game to everybody else. Greg Ollie, man of the match for the Heed Only podcast. Well, that's it. We're in the 90th minute at the moment. And you've just got to say well done Steve Watson, well done Mickey Cummins, and well done all the boys. This has been a fantastic performance. First 10 minutes I thought, are we going to have one of those games today? We read it out a little bit. Not that we were under the cosh or anything, but just things weren't coming off. And the ball's been headed on. Armstrong's trying to... just gone through. Mannion had to kick that one there. And Gateshead still applying pressure. As Fenton brings the ball down, lays it off to McCoy on the halfway line. McCoy looks forward. He's looking for the run of a red shirt. He didn't get it. Gives it to May on his inside. May now puts it over the top for McClure. McClure's under pressure from Williamson. McClure manages to turn. He's gone shot from the outside of the box, and it just went wide. And that has probably been the story of Aldershot's afternoon. Well, 4 minutes. There has been a few stoppages in the game and a few substitutions, so it's not a shock to see 4 minutes added on. But we're not going to complain over that one, are we? Not when we're winning 3-0. I'll savour another 4 minutes at 3-0. And Lynn Thornton's book, great commentary, thanks Davey, and a really exciting game. Well, it has been, and thank you to everyone that's listened as well, as Armstrong goes in there on Osho, and Greg Ollie brings the ball down, plays the ball through to Molyneux, but Fowler was there to intercept, and Greg Ollie still chasing down balls now at the moment, and Gateshead applying the pressure like they're losing 1-0. It's fantastic to see what a performance this is by Gateshead. As Molyneux brings the ball down, he's got Scott Barrow on the far side there, and didn't get it through, but Mellish manages to ping a ball into the middle. It's cleared up by Fowler, pumped forward again by Aldershot. Molyneux brings the ball down, didn't manage to get it to White though, and now it's Adam May brings the ball forward, finds Wanadu on the far side. Wanadu gives it Fenlon. Fenlon trying to get it down the right hand flank, but he's got John Mellish for company. Fenlon trying a bit of trickery, cuts inside, manages to get the ball to McCoy. McCoy lashes a shot forward, and it's been cleared by Tinkler off the centre spot. Just near the penalty spot, should I say, and Hunter manages to clear that one. Armstrong's battling for it as Fowler manages to head the ball forward, but only as far as Molyneux, as Scott Barrow over the halfway line. He's only got Armstrong for company. Robbie Tinkler's coming at the back there, but he finds Armstrong, and Armstrong just couldn't control it there, unfortunately. And that is now with McDonald, who finds Osho. Osho's going to try and clear this up the pitch. He goes for a run himself. There was a shirt pulled there by Tinkler. The referee says carry on, as Osho still goes for the ball, tries to play a ball through, and too much on it, and Ainsley Pears is going to let that go all the way to the corner of his box, far side there. He's just going to take his time, waiting for McClure to come over and make him pick it up. And yes, great stuff here today, great stuff. Oh, just love days like this. Well, the ball was pumped through, and it's went all the way through to Mannion. Mannion's going to pick that up. Pears with a mighty kick there, and I would imagine there might be an attack or two left in this game. Well, Mellish lost out in the air there. Randell, as Fenlon has the ball, gives it to McCoy. McCoy plays back to Fenlon. Fenlon trying to play it around McCoy for the overlap. Scotty Barrow's busting a gut to get there, but his defensive partner in Mike Williamson just puts that out of play for a throw in on the far side. And Mike Williamson, he's had a good game today as well. He's organised that back three fantastically, and we've just looked solid. It's just been an absolute solid performance from front to back, from side to side. It's been awesome as McCoy puts a ball in there. McClure heads it over, and Rendell was coming in, and Robbie Tinkler had to clear that, and it's a throw in on the near side here towards the corner flag. Wanadu gets it to Kinsella. Kinsella whips it in. Mike Williamson heads it clear. Molyneux turns with the ball. Now he's at the halfway line. Can he? Armstrong was trying to stay onside, and Molyneux just couldn't get the ball from underneath his feet. And the ball's with Osho just inside his own half. Crosses the halfway line. He's going to ping this one out to Kinsella on the left hand side. Kinsella heads it across, and it's going to be picked up by Rendell, who nods it down to Wanadu. Wanadu is going to get a shot off, and it's deflected. Kinsella, can he get the ball in? He can, and it's going to be as far as Jack Hunter, who heads it back out, but only as far as McCoy. McCoy takes it to Fenlon. Fenlon turns. Fenlon plays it back to May. May drives towards the box, takes a shot from distance, and Pears had all the time in the world to dive across to his left hand side. It was a bit of a Sky Sports save, I must admit, but I'm not going to complain. And now he's just running down the clock, and I would imagine that'll be the last. It is. Fantastic afternoon's football here at Gateshead International Stadium. Steve Watson's men were solid from the front to the back. and they got their just rewards, winning 3-0 with Greg Ollie opening the scoring, and then it was Scott Bowden and Tom White rounding it off.